Not even Mother Nature can stop the Philadelphia Catholic League. The blizzard can wait. We are here from the Palestra for the Philadelphia Catholic League Boys Basketball Finals. Father Judge going for title number 2 in a row, and Newman-Goretti going for title number 13 under the legendary Carl Aragel. Hi, everybody. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. Bob Long here, so thrilled to be alongside you on Championship Sunday in the Philadelphia Catholic League. The storylines, they write themselves. Derek Morton Rivera goes for 27 points in the semifinal on Wednesday night to take down the top-seeded Archbishop Wood Vikings. They now have the opportunity, after not being in a Catholic League final since 1999, prior to last year, to winning their second straight here today. They're the most experienced team in the Philadelphia Catholic League. Newman-Goretti, a team with the most recent success over the last decade and a half, behind Hall of Fame head coach Carl Aragel. Guard-heavy, terrific defenders, and a team looking to get back where they feel they belong. They won a state championship last year, but they have yet to have a Catholic League championship with this core group of players. That will be the key here tonight. Let's take a look at the starters for the Father Judge Crusaders, led by Rocco Westfield, a guy who has been off the ball in years past. This year, forced to be the starting point guard for the Father Judge Crusaders, but he still has limitless range and can knock it down from anywhere. Derek Morton Rivera, he'll have the best fan section in the Palestra here today. He's looking to cap off his senior season by way of Temple. He'll be attending next year. He's looking to have another stellar performance at the Palestra. Now let's take a look at the starters for Newman-Goretti. Some of the keys, we talk about the guard heavy. Deshaun Yates, their heartbeat, runs the point. E.J. Stanton, he's going to take over for Stephon Ashley Wright. We may see Ashley Wright come off the bench, but the expectation is that Stanton, the sophomore guard, will be a key for them. And then Marquise Newsom. I assume that Marquise Newsom will go one-on-one defensively against Derek Morton Rivera. That will be key. Of course, he can chip in a ton of points in a variety of ways, a 3-level scorer for Newman-Goretti. Those are the starters for both teams. This will be a phenomenal Titanic type out here this afternoon. Carter Philman will be with us on color commentary. Just a Sunday at the Cathedral. The Philadelphia Catholic League championship game is next. Full house, here we go. Father Judge, Newman-Goretti, Carter Philman now with us. Carter, what an atmosphere for basketball here today.
Waiting all day for a Sunday mid-afternoon, Bob. This is the place to be in the Philadelphia area right now. Sold out arena, the best spot to be. Let's watch some basketball.
Father Judge won last year. That story is well documented. They're a state champ as well. Newman-Goretti won the state championship last year also at the 5A level. These teams a good bit different though. And they'll duke it out for a title tonight. The officials Ben Moore, Darryl Sterling, and Matt Stahl. We wait 365 days for this every single year. And Father Judge in the light blue, Newman-Goretti in the white will decide a champion this afternoon. Adedeji is fouled. An early one there against Al Njai, and that's of interest, Carter, because this is a Newman-Goretti team giving up a lot of size at the guard position in particular. They're going to rely on Marquise Newsom as well as Al Njai in the front court. That's a big early foul.
Yeah, you were wondering how physical they were going to allow Newman-Goretti to play. Obviously, a little too physical there. Pretty clean on the reach-in. Certainly something to monitor at picking up his first foul very early on.
Derek Morton Rivera couldn't hit it, but there's that size inside, and he traveled with it. A good call there by that official. Morton Rivera, by the way, you won't be too upset at him if he's unabashed when he lets it fly. Scored 27 points in the semifinal, also led the way for Father Judge in a quarterfinal victory against Roman Catholic, getting towards 1,400 points in his career. Now Newman-Goretti. They played their best offense on Wednesday night when they ran their half-court sets. Carl Aragel likes to let them run, but because that wasn't working, they decided to get into the sets on the half-court. That's a wild shot, and it won't go.
Really tough take there by Deshaun Yates. Did such a great job leading the charge that first semifinal game.
Adedeji lost it for a second time. Deshaun Yates with the step through. The heartbeat, says Carl Arregale of this Newman-Goretti club. Tyler, that's well short. Remember, Father Judge fell behind 19-3 in the semifinal against Archbishop Wood, and then they got their stuff together, Carter. They figured out how to close the game.
Yeah, I think only 20-some points led up after that first quarter.
Wave off the shot. Foul on the floor, Al Njai, though. Nice pick and then slip to the cup. Njai, a transfer from 2 years ago, and his East Stroudsburg commit. They're going to be excited to see him next year. Play some college basketball. For now, some unfinished business. Colson, unlimited range. Moshinsky, one of the great athletes in the Philadelphia Catholic League. There's Moshinsky. Morton Rivera. Good job playing off 2 feet. Just couldn't hit it. Adedeji. And it's just been a tough afternoon early for him. Open 3. In and out. There's Marquise Newson. Njai poked away by Tyler. And here's Rocco Westfield, primary point guard for this Father Judge team. He was an off-ball guard last year. Tyler.
Limited shots from Nazir Tyler early on in the semifinal game. Father Judge making a point to go to him early. Usually so reliable from beyond the arc. Off the mark on his first 2.
Yates carves his way. E.J. Stanton hit one from about that spot in the semifinal. Another one of those guys with limitless range.
Oh.
Colson traveled with it. It's wet outside, it's wet inside.
Yeah.
Condensation is a hallmark of the Palestra floor. It's part of the character that makes it what it is. And there's that wall of blue.
Yeah, this place fills up quick and the air gets thick and floors become a little bit slippery. Seeing that impact early on.
They got the switch, Father Judge did. They have the smaller Stanton on Max Moshinsky. Morton Rivera, high shot, no. And Newman-Goretti controlling the glass. Newson. Blocking foul, count it, and 1. Darryl Sterling in there on that call, and I think that's the correct whistle. See if we can't get another look. That was Rocco Westfield trying to draw a charge. As we know, on Wednesday night there was some controversy about a block charge. But again, I think Westfield absolutely still moving there. Never got to legal guarding position.
So another slow start for Father Judge in this one. 0 points just about halfway through the first quarter. Definitely need them to settle in a little bit.
Westfield for 3. It's good. Rocco Westfield.
That is a sight for sore eyes for Father Judge. He just has not had the same level of impact as he did last year from beyond the arc. Obviously a different role, playing more on ball. Hasn't had the opportunity to spot up for a 3, but not somebody you could just leave open if you're Newman-Goretti.
Marquise Newson couldn't do it. Max Moshinsky really solid on-ball defense. Westfield. Adedeji, a college range 3. Morton Rivera going the other way.
I think he swung through with that elbow.
Well, and that's one there where this was the college game and we had the advantage of replay where the officials could go to the monitor. I think you'd be looking at a flagrant 1 here from Derek Morton Rivera.
Just a tough physical clear out with that lead elbow, Bob. I think you're certainly right. Looking like a flagrant 1 opportunity there at the next level.
E.J. Stanton pulls this one back. He's grown about 5 inches since he came to campus. Colson. Njai got 2 hands on the ball, and it's blocked by Moshinsky. It'll stay right here. But Njai working hard on both sides. of the floor thus far. His impact has been fantastic.
Yeah, he is a terrific motor. Would not be surprised if he goes a majority of the length of this game for this Newman-Goretti team.
Colson, by the way, son of the longtime Philadelphia basketball great Sean Colson with a cup of coffee in the NBA. Moshinsky with the step through. Strides long like a gazelle for Max Moshinsky. Good move. Blocked from behind by Jeremiah Adedeji.
That's a terrific ball fake in the corner to get into the lane. Adedeji doing a great job recovering.
Nasir Tyler with the runner. Not that time. There's the follow again. Moshinsky having an impact on both ends.
You mentioned that size disadvantage that Newman-Goretti has. Father Judge doing a good job taking advantage early on the boards.
This barn is loud right now. Tough shot from Marquise Newsom. Not a good one there. And we talk about this all the time, Carter. If they're playing this on a high school floor without that blue line, there's no way Marquise Newsom is taking that shot.
Right.
Timeout on the floor. And a pretty good one thus far. One more look here at Max Moshinsky. 2 steps, indeed. Long strides. 1, 2, maybe the third. Maybe give him that gather step. I don't know, Carter.
Absolutely. That's a great move in the lane to get through that traffic. Little classic Euro step. And a great job by Corey Copeland pushing the pace to get that ball to a senior.
Today's game is brought to you by BLOCS. BLOCS is the official sponsor of the Philadelphia Catholic League Championships. Visit BLOCS.org where you can redirect your state income tax obligation and instead send it to the Catholic school of your choice. The best part, you get a 90% tax credit refund for doing so. Visit them online at blocs.org/tax credits. So good flow to this one early on. Both teams unabashed about getting out and running at times, but able to run their sets in the half court as well.
We're getting up and down the court. I'm sure the lid will come off the rim as we move along in this game.
You think about it, in the 3-year run here for Father Judge, this is their 4th game in this building. Beg your pardon, 5th game in this building. And in the other 4, they started off slow every time. This is actually Father Judge's best start. Newsom. He's going to come up with that one after 2 blocks by Father Judge.
Good job sticking with it. Much needed bucket for Newman-Goretti.
Good skip for Max Moshinsky. And it's going the other way. Might have been a carry there on the baseline, one not called initially. It all goes the same way.
A couple freshmen checking in for Father Judge. Amir Brown and Corey Copeland. Corey Copeland getting a lot of that backup point guard run minutes for Father Judge. Amir Brown, lengthy wing.
And I think Father Judge thought that maybe Copeland would just step into the Kavar Kennedy role from last year. No fault of his. Jeremiah Adedeji just came out and told everybody, hey, you can't sit me. There's Marquise Newsom, the Academy of the New Church transfer for this year. Tyler, offensive rebound. Moshinsky for 3 in the corner. Judges all over the glass, and a foul is called. Excellent job there by Amir Brown, involved on both of those offensive caroms. Doesn't get a ton of run, as you mentioned, Carter, but he'll shoot 2 at the line.
Yeah, like I said, freshman wing didn't get a ton of run in the semifinal game, but doing a great job on the boards there. 2 offensive rebounds, rewards himself to get himself to the line. You talk about this Father Judge team, mainly senior-led, a lot of experience coming back, but freshmen off the bench, sophomores, who's going to step up? These guys have the ability to make an impact and get their name in this championship game.
Brown had only taken 18 foul shots this year, made 13 of them. Add 2 more to that clip. 9 apiece. Sometimes you see a slow start in this building. Maybe it's the moment the longer floor, the long season to get to this point. But this has had some good pace. By the way, you have Stefan Ashley Wright wearing number 12 here today. Newson trying to dunk it. Brown.
Alandra's got to be careful reaching in the back.
Not that time. Moshinsky reaches for the rafters on that rebound attempt. Morton Rivera, yes. You knew that one when it came off his hands.
That's such a fan. 27 points in that semifinal game against Archbishop Wood. Derek Morton Rivera, the engine of this Father Judge team. Once he gets going, he's hard to stop.
Yates goes baseline. He was nudged. They're going to wave that shot off. Not into the bonus yet, Newman-Goretti, so we'll go to baseline inbounds with 27 seconds left. And now you ask the question, if you don't get an easy slip to the rim here, do you hold for one?
I think you're certainly in the situation to do so.
Stefan Ashley Wright pulled away. Hands are everywhere. Rakeem Mason got his hands on it twice on that defensive possession.
We talked about it now, Father Judge, opportunity to hold for the last shot. Looks like they will. Max Moshinsky pocketing the ball here.
Moshinsky got to get the shot off. They did not. Got it to the freshman Amir Brown. I don't think he was ready to catch it there, Carter. And so Neumann-Goretti gets off the floor. I actually think Neumann-Goretti was trying to give a foul there with the reach across. It wasn't called late, but it did take Father Judge off its offensive rhythm, which led to the ball getting passed to a freshman who maybe they didn't want to have it in that late second situation.
Yeah.
Bring you inside the broadcast booth. That's Carter Philman. Bob Long here. Carter, what do you think? Championship Sunday at the Palestra. Your first time in this role, certainly, but not your first time here. There's something special about this place.
Yeah, this is, premier basketball arena in the Pennsylvania, if not the entire country. When this place gets full, it is the best atmosphere. If you ever have the opportunity to come down for the Catholic League semifinals or championship, highly recommend to do so. Full sold-out house, I believe, a couple days in advance today. Man, this is a ton of fun, Bob.
Yeah, if you're going to take Carter's advice and come on down here, buy your tickets by Wednesday. That's what I would tell you. This place sells out earlier and earlier every single year. It was sold out Friday for a Sunday tip. And again, good job by the folks at the Philadelphia Catholic League to move things up 1 hour, hoping to get everybody out of here safely and home while still experiencing the magic that is the Palestra on a Sunday afternoon, a Sunday in Lent at that rate, Carter, for the Philadelphia Catholic League Boys Championship.
And based off that first quarter, we are in for a good one, Bob.
Newman-Goretti student section packed in, ready to go. And Deshaun Yates really has been playing starter-type minutes since he was a sophomore. Undersized guard, always has had that chip on his shoulder, but he'll go down as one of the great Newman-Goretti guards. That was just miscommunication as Father Judge switched up the defense coming out of the quarter stoppage.
Yeah, Deshaun Yates trying to navigate his way through some off-ball screens, just got held up a little bit through the timing off of that play. The ball goes out of bounds.
Neumann-Goretti in the man-to-man. Ashley Wright grabbing at the back of the jersey of Copeland. And I don't know, that was slapped down upon by Stefan Ashley Wright, but then I think shoveled out of bounds by Copeland. They stay here with it. Tough call, I think, if you're Neumann-Goretti.
Yeah, talked about the physicality of Newman-Goretti's defense. Certainly let them play here early on.
Brown. Look at the inches Deshaun Yates has given up there against Amir Brown. Adedeji gives it up. That one is no good. Adedeji, though, brings it down, and he's hit. Count it, and one. Marquise Newson picks up the personal foul.
Fantastic effort on the boards by Adedeji here. Has a great kick-out pass on the relocation three from, I believe that was Razon Harris.
Yep.
Cleans it up on the board. Yeah, Marcus Newsom just not in position to get that rebound.
Rattled that free throw home.
Adedeji, real breakout year this year. Has been fantastic for Father Judge on both ends.
London Collins, spark plug off the bench, and gets a really good look for Al Njai. Couldn't hit it. Moshinsky. Copeland. That didn't draw any iron, and it's actually going to go the other way. It's a foul called against Father Judge's number 1, Amir Brown.
Feels like a little bit of a freshman moment there, Bob. You know, we mentioned the blue and white three-point lines. Corey Copeland stepping up from a few feet beyond the blue line there.
That's right. Head down to Xfinity Mobile Center. You might be still behind the NBA line at that point. That should stay here. Darryl Sterling all over it. One of the great and longest tenured officials in the Philadelphia Catholic League. We mentioned their crew, Ben Moore and Matt Stahl, get the assignment today. Stefan Ashley Wright. Need a little bit of ball movement here if you're Newman-Goretti. Colson maybe took an extra step. It was halfway down.
One more pass in the corner. Newsom standing wide open for the three if he had it.
Max Moshinsky. Oh, it's a tough foul decision there. Certainly, I think Newsom didn't do the officials any favors. That's a call that has to be made. That's his second personal foul.
Yes.
Not one you needed. You had him squared up directly in between the offensive player Adedeji and the basket, and Carl Arigale now has a decision to make. And for the time being, he plays on. If I'm Moshinsky, I go right at him. Adedeji. Really good defense there by Al Njai. Doesn't much matter when you have the skill of Jeremiah Adedeji.
That's just fantastic patience and footwork by Adedeji. Don't see him go to that very often. Father Judge usually guard, perimeter-oriented team, but they're going through him early on.
Ashley Wright, Colson, a deep three, and guess what? Short. He's not taking that shot from the gym in South Philadelphia on the campus of Neumann-Goretti.
Here is Moshinsky going at Newsom, fades away. Tough make there for Max Moshinsky.
How about some skill? Big time, Max Moshinsky. A senior that wants to go out on top twice. And a Father Judge student section that has come out in droves. Snow or not, doesn't matter. One more look at Moshinsky. We're going to see some elite footwork here as well. Jump stop, fade away, bottoms.
Really, yeah, I mean, all year he's taken a fantastic step forward all year, and you know, off ball, creating for himself on the ball. You can see why Division I college basketball. He'll be playing Iona next year at the next level.
As we look inside that Father Judge huddle, the number 27 comes to mind so often when you think about the Crusaders and this entire school community. 27, it's critical to the school's mission. They talk about it all the time. There's a banner hanging in their gym for the 27 men who died in Vietnam that were Father Judge graduates. And so last year in 2026, exactly 27 years after the program's last Philadelphia Catholic League championship, that was so special. And then Derek Morton Rivera in a semifinal performance for the ages goes off for 27 points exactly. Something's in the air, and sometimes this stuff just writes itself. Newman-Goretti barely draws the iron that time from E.J. Stanton.
Newman-Goretti stuck on the perimeter, I think. They have to look to get this ball inside, free up some easy shots for themselves.
Adedeji fading away. Loose ball, there's Copeland. diving to the hole. Newman-Goretti fortunate that neither of those shots went right at the rim. Now Marquise Newson, my goodness, up and under, dipsy-do. Fantastic bucket right when Neumann-Goretti needed it.
So hard to stop when Marquise Newson gets going downhill. Such an athletic player, really a depth finisher at the rim.
Just a junior as well. Amir Brown missed that one. Ashley Wright, Colson bombs away. Copeland trying to draw the foul there by Al Njai.
Just another really deep three by Neumann-Goretti.
Copeland. Adedeji. I don't know. I don't know if that's the shot. They get the offensive rebound nonetheless. Copeland traveled with it right in front of the official.
Adedeji feeling it, must be feeling it early on. You know, he's hasn't taken a ton of threes this year.
Yeah, Chris Rumtree not feeling it as Adedeji will take a seat. Razon Harris comes on in his place.
Carl talked about how he likes to let his guys go. As Newsom gets to the rim.
Oh, how does that not fall?
Everything but the finish.
Father Judge basketball.
Carl likes to let his guys go on the offensive end. Sometimes he has to rein it in, draw up some sets.
3 minutes to go, second quarter. Neumann-Goretti now comes out in a zone look. Both teams still feeling one another out at this point. Moshinsky, he'll dive to a really good spot. Couldn't hit it. Who's going to come up with it? What a play by Brown. Razon Harris. Copeland, yes. And Neumann-Goretti's got to find a way to get a rebound here.
You want to talk about three guys off the bench making an impact for Father Judge. Did not expect the duo of freshman and a sophomore to have such a get so much run early on for Father Judge.
Deshaun Yates keeping the wheels on for Neumann-Goretti. Neumann-Goretti stays in that zone, and that's how you beat the zone. Go to the baseline, get yourself a little dribble penetration, draw that defender, and a good finish at the rim.
Yeah, great job working through the middle there.
And a lot of run for these Father Judge freshmen here. Tip, Njai, no, brought down. And a foul is called against Colson. Razon Harris giving Father Judge more minutes than he normally does, and he's been effective providing length against the Neumann-Goretti guard set.
Yeah, between Razon Harris and Amir Brown doing a really good job underneath on the offensive and defensive boards. Surprising, Bob.
This is something else here. 23-13, a minute 30 to go. And Judge may be comfortable with this or just want to force Neumann-Goretti to come out of that packed 2-3 zone.
Yeah, interesting tag. Don't see Father Judge slow it up quite like this very often.
23-13, and they'll take it down from about a minute 25 or so, perhaps to take the last shot. And again, it is a game of chicken here. When does Neumann-Goretti come out with a double team, force them out of that zone, or if not, Father Judge can just hold until 10 or so seconds left on the clock.
They're making zero effort right now to go to the rim. On cue, of course.
Oh,
and
my goodness. Bad shot.
Yeah,
Just a terrible decision there.
Took the cheese there. Man, that's certainly not what he drew up. And on the other end, a quick answer. I mean,
that's a veteran team in Father Judge with 3 freshmen on the floor right now, and that was a freshman decision. 10 for Marquise Newsom.
10 of his 16 points for Neumann-Goretti. I like the decision there.
Yep, fouls to give.
Fouls to give. Foul to give. No more to give anymore. And here come that Father Judge junior senior collective that we were waiting on.
Yeah, and again, and you don't want Derek Morton Rivera picking up another personal foul, but coming out for one last offensive possession, you feel pretty good about his chances not to do that. Tyler rises and hits. Newsom, good if it goes. It did clip the backboard. But Father Judge avoids, we'll call it disaster, at the end of the first half there after how they handled that penultimate offensive possession. It was a good defensive play on that last possession, but Nazir Tyler going to and not through that defender makes it a 9-point game here at the half. Stay with us, folks, as we will have Rob Delaney, the CEO of BLOCS, on with us at halftime. Talk a little bit about BLOCS, talk about the Philadelphia Catholic League Championship, and more next here on the Penn Sports Network. Rob Delaney with us, the CEO of BLOCS, the official sponsor of the Philadelphia Catholic League Basketball Championships. Rob, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here with all this energy in this palace of basketball here.
Not even a blizzard, huh? Not even a blizzard.
Not even a blizzard could stop these kids from playing their heart out. We love being here. We love supporting these schools.
Well, we appreciate everything that BLOCS does for the Catholic League and what everything BLOCS does for the Catholic schools in it. So maybe you can tell the folks a little bit about the program, about what BLOCS does to support Catholic education and how folks can get involved.
Sure, absolutely. So what we do at BLOCS is we help people make donations to schools, and those could be any schools, grade schools, pre-K through 12th grade. And for doing that, they get a 90% tax credit against their Pennsylvania state taxes. And so this is, it's the only donation you're going to make where you're going to get 90% of it back. And those funds go to support need-based scholarships for children across the entire state.
That's terrific, Rob. And so if that's what it's going towards, then the value of Catholic education has to be very, very important to you guys. What in your mind is the value of Catholic education in today's day and age and in this city?
Well, we really think that having a value system as part of that education and really helping our children to mature out in all ways, especially as it relates to being an important part and a contributing member of the community. So the education, whether that's Catholic education or a Jewish faith-based education, we think that's really important. And we've been doing this for over 40 years, and we love being part of this.
That's terrific. Rob Delaney is with us, CEO of BLOCS. So Rob, as we think about the program and some of the efforts since you came on board as CEO, what are you most proud of that BLOCS has done, and then what are the next steps in the BLOCS journey?
Sure. So one of the things I'm most proud of is that what we really do is we team with the schools, and we really help the schools to reach their community and their people. Those could be alumni, those could just be neighborhood people, people that have an affinity or connection with the school. So what we've done is really tremendously strengthen the bonds between the schools and the community. That is resulting in need-based scholarships for our children, and we love that part of it.
Rob, you've had quite the career leading into your stint as BLOCS CEO, so I'll say for you, what is your why?
What is
your why? Why?
Why is education is the most powerful thing I think that we could do to break the cycle of poverty. And so for families that are out of that cycle of poverty, this just continues to strengthen it, support it, and help that go forward. But to a large extent, we believe that education is the one thing can't be taken away from you and is unbelievably powerful in breaking that cycle of poverty.
So if somebody's watching this right now and is thinking, this is a great program, it's a no-brainer, it's a wonderful organization, what would they do? What would be their next step for that person thinking, man, I'd love to get involved?
Yeah, they could just go to the web and type in BLOCS, BLOCS.org. And it's right there. You can reach out. We'll just fill in your name and a phone number and an email address. Someone will get back to you right away. If you have a relationship with a school, you could just go to the school and say, hey, we heard about this BLOCS thing, this education tax credit thing. You know, how can we help? And everybody will take it from there.
Rob, thank you so much for your ongoing support of Catholic education, of the Catholic League, and thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We're eternally grateful. Thank you.
Have a great second half, and we'll send it back to break. We'll be back in a few minutes with the second half here on the Penn Sports Network.
They did.
As we get ready to start the second half here, a look at the first half stats, and a little bit ugly in certain ways, certainly from the offensive end there, Carter. Newman-Goretti, 26% from the field, 9 turnovers combined for these two clubs, but the rebounds really stick out to me. Father Judge, they're not shooting at a high clip, but they are controlling the offensive glass, and it's a big part of the difference in this one.
Yes, Father Judge having their way inside. Certainly not be able to hit many perimeter shots today for either side, but Father Judge cleaning up on the glass, getting those offensive boards, getting second chance opportunities at the rim, doing a good job generating open looks around the basket.
As you look at that as well, the 6 seed, Father Judge, the 4 seed, Newman-Goretti, certainly not teams that were at the top of the standings throughout the entirety of the year. But again, just 7 losses in league between the two. Father Judge 9-4 on the year. Newman-Goretti 10-3 on the year. I'll say this. The folks that were really in the know felt that this Father Judge team was just trying to piece it together, that maybe they had the most overall talent, and that 6 seed was a little deceiving.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly a disappointing regular season, but this team is too experienced, too deep. They've been here before, and they're here today.
And Rocco Westfield has kind of come into that role. Max Moshinsky is fouled on his way to the basket. Al Njai picks up his second personal foul. Of note, we mentioned Derek Morton Rivera, who had foul trouble in that first half. Rocco Westfield comes back into the contest as well. If Father Judge goes on to win this basketball game, you're going to look back at that last 6 or so minutes of the second quarter with 2 of those stalwarts on the bench. And Chris Rowntree, quite frankly, didn't need to make a difficult decision to bring guys back on with 2 fouls. The 3 freshmen came on and not only withstood the Neumann-Goretti run, but extended the Father Judge lead.
Yeah, you're going to look back, and it's going to be, if Father Judge pulls this out, it's Amir Brown, Corey Copeland, and Razon Harris who made the true difference in that second quarter.
Newson well short. Njai is fouled. Jeremiah Adedeji, he's going to put his arms up there, but it is a foul. He just kind of didn't find himself in legal guarding position. Sometimes an air ball actually results in something like that, right? Njai's not expecting to get that ball in that spot. Adedeji's just trying to box him out. And then all of a sudden, Adedeji's back is to the rebounding player, and pretty easy foul call.
Yeah, Neumann-Goretti's perimeter shooting woes continue, but at some point, they're going to punch back. At some point, this team is so talented. It's Carl Aragel-led team. He's a legend in his own right. At some point, they're going to put it together, and it's up to Father Judge to withstand that.
Pretty good defense by Njai. Would have been his 3rd personal foul. Newson gives it up. Corner 3. Njai. He was blocked slightly. And Rocco Westfield tries to throw it off Newson and uses the rim as defense against the shot blocker. It's ugly, Carter, but it's what they need.
Almost a massive missed opportunity there for Njai. Open at the rim, certainly contested shot, but a layup he should make. Marquise Newsom comes up with a loose ball. Deposits that one for 2.
Double team. Adedeji gives it up for Westfield. Steps into one. It's a thing of beauty. It's a long 2 for Rocco Westfield. But Deshaun Yates had to close out. And so Rocco Westfield, with just a little raise to the eyebrows, goes a long way. A sharpshooter knocks it down.
Yeah, no rush in Rocco Westfield's shot. Senior, like I said, he's one of the key guys who has been here before. I think he's only taken 2 shots today, Bob, but man, both of those shots on point.
One more look. Great head fake by Westfield, steps in and knocks it down. Today's game brought to you by Petrosky Physio, physical therapy for athletes, and a proud sponsor of the Philadelphia Catholic League Finals here at the Palestra. That's Petrosky Physio. The replace that time by E.J. Stanton. Al Njai, so athletic and so smooth as he glides to the rim.
That's where he's at his best, getting to the rim. Great job by Newman. Clear out, give him space to operate as well. Newman-Goretti needs to find somebody, needs to get somebody else other than Marquise Newsom going.
Moshinsky had the ball deflected. Yates is on the floor. Somehow it ends up in Morton Rivera's hands. And Nazir Tyler with the easy one.
Didn't go Newman-Goretti's way, but I think that's what they need to do on the defensive end. Start to try to press the issue, to create some turnovers, getting out in transition. Come up with those 50-50 balls.
Newsom carves his way. And that's a terrific finish.
But he makes that look easy.
I assure you it's not. Game high 14 points for Marquise Newsom. It's 14 of 23 for those counting. Cody Colson looking to add to that.
Oh, that's got to count.
Yep, yes. They sure do. It's so loud in here you can't hear the whistle. But an easy call and a good one by Ben Moore. Yep, backboard first.
Love to see the hustle from Adedeji, though, of course. Just a split second too late.
All of a sudden, though, Carter.
Yeah, this is a 5-point game very quickly, Bob.
This has not been your prototypical Newman-Goretti performance. Woeful from beyond the arc. They've turned the ball over. They have not controlled the glass, and yet the Carl Aragale tide rises all ships. And they're going to have an opportunity here on the break. Al Njai.
I love what Jeremiah Adedeji has done today. I do not think the mid-range pull-up jumper is his strong suit. Newman-Goretti perfectly fine with that. Leads to the slant dunk for Njai. We got a 3-point game, 1-possession game, Bob.
Bring the freshman back out on the floor for Father Judge. Those three were incredible late in that second quarter. A foul called. That's going to go against E.J. Stanton. One more look, and this is the cap on an 11-4 run for the Newman-Goretti Saints. Looking up the floor, Al Njai. He can light the lamp. Morton Rivera. And Marquise Newsom. They can tie the game here with a three. Playing off 2 feet.
The contact, man.
He'll shoot 2. You nailed it there, Carter. But again, not blowing through defenders. Coming to a jump stop on 2 feet. And you're not going to get many charge calls when you do that. Well done by Marquise Newsom. Under control with all that athleticism and ability to get out in transition.
Yeah, he keeps a steady tempo throughout the game. No moment ever seems too big for Marquise Newsom. Excuse me. But I think Newman-Goretti is starting to get what they want on the defensive end. They're getting their hands in the passing lane. They're getting deflections, generating turnovers to get out in transition.
1 of 2 for the 74% foul shooter. You saw a close-up there of Carl Aragale. We talked to him post-game in the semifinal on Wednesday, and he said, listen, we decided to get into more of a half-court set and run our stuff in the second half after trailing at the half against Bonner Prendergast. Derek Morton Rivera.
What a fantastic take. Breaking down his defender on the perimeter, gliding his way to the hoop.
Al Njai could not hit it. Man, he had all the time in the world. There was no double team coming. You didn't need that scoop shot. Go up strong. You're a big, strong 6'8" guy. A lot of times this is Derek Morton Rivera time. Yates, and again cherry picking.
Whoa.
Wow. And it's going the other way. Rocco Westfield.
What a fantastic defensive play. Getting back into it. Looked like Njai had a clear lane for takeoff. Rocco Westfield says, no thank you.
This man has a penchant for the palestra.
Oh, great call by that official, too.
He's had some of the best games of his career in this building. Morton Rivera slices home, count it, and one. Took some contact on the head, playing off 2 feet. And it's a 6-point lead for Father Judge.
Perimeter shots not falling, so what does he do? He gets his head down, gets to the back, and like I said, playing off 2 feet, strong finish through contact for Derek Morton Rivera.
One more look, so strong getting to that right hand. And the MVP calls from the Father Judge student section. They were just too balanced this year, Carter. It's not like he had a ton of issues. Now, he fought through injury in the first half of the year, and that should be stated. But for most of the Catholic League season, he was healthy-ish. He's gotten more and more healthy as the year has gone on, averaging about 15 points per contest, but it's a balanced effort. Al Njai, what a pass, though, from the sophomore E.J. Stanton. How did he see that?
No idea how he even got that one off. Looked like he lost his balance. Threaded the needle to find Njai inside.
A blocking foul called. 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. In comes Stefan Ashley Wright, replacing Stanton. And we talk about the balance for Father Judge, Carter. Derek Morton Rivera with that and one has 8 points, and that is a team high, almost 10. That one does go, and the freshman is at it again, Amir Brown.
Amir Brown just doing his job, sticking around the rim. Not hard to miss wide open layups, no matter your age.
Newson had trouble with it, and it's a held ball. It'll stay with Newman-Goretti, but the hands have been active for Father Judge defensively here in this third quarter. Moshinsky in there that time. And so the question you ask yourself is, can this Newman-Goretti team be efficient enough offensively, Carter, in the late stages of this third quarter and fourth quarter to come back here? That's a great look. Newson couldn't hit it, and Rocco Westfield. Man, Mary Mack loves those hops for next year. Not just a three-point shooter. Morton Rivera attacks again, had it pulled away, kept in bounds. Here comes Yates. He's got Newson again. Goes right at the defender. That's a great decision. Don't just coast to the three-point line, Carter. Get downhill. You had numbers down the floor.
Yes, he did. Did a great job flashing from the wing. Newson continuing to dominate for Neumann-Goretti. 17 of Neumann-Goretti's 32 points.
You want to avoid the ball getting sticky here if you're Father Judge. I know that Morton Rivera can get to the rim, and he's going to get his own rebound, and he was hit. Al Njai, if it's him, it's his third personal foul. And that's one there where you'd love to see that ball move more, but hey, the Red Sea parted here. 3 defenders, and then all of a sudden there's none.
Yeah, Stefan Ashley Wright there under the rim for help. Went back to the corner. Left to Derek Morton Rivera open for the opportunity to get the shot. Good job sticking with it, getting the offensive rebound going up there.
A 92% foul shooter on the year. Anytime you see those pom-poms go in the air on the far side of the floor, that means there's likely a Morton Rivera relative or friend cheering for number 44. Seven-point lead. Razon Harris comes in replacing Derek Morton Rivera. I presume that will be a momentary sit down for him. But a big moment here for Newman-Goretti, a minute 24 to play.
Yeah, very important to close this out on a high note for the Saints.
Again, 3 freshmen on the floor for Father Judge right now. Giving it away, though. Moshinsky, Tyler, he's hit. He went behind him. That pass was well behind Nazir Tyler and just ripped it through in an all-one motion, went up for the layup. More of that condensation on the Palestra floor. That's a great catch and step through. Tyler, the 76% foul shooter on the year. Averaging 10.5 points per contest. We mentioned that balance. Morton Rivera, 14.5 points per game. Moshinsky with 11. Tyler with 10.5. Rocco Westfield, 8.5 points per contest. We mentioned getting less three-point attempts this year. Only took about 100. That's well down from last year. Still shooting at Westfield is, though, at 40%. Colson, it's been a little bit of a struggle for him today.
Newman-Goretti not able to get any comfortable looks on the offensive end, especially in the half court. Really, majority of their success this half has come in transition.
Moshinsky steps through. Tyler picked it up. Had a little bit of trouble with that dribble. It's a veteran move by him. Four timeouts left for Father Judge.
Encha's got to be careful here not to pick up another foul.
Yeah, maybe there's a thought to call the timeout to get Morton Rivera and Westfield out there, but timeouts are also so critical at the end of these games. They're going to stick with the three freshmen, Moshinsky and Nazir Tyler, with 10 seconds to go. Moshinsky gives it up with 2. Copeland, great defense. And that's a poor possession by Father Judge. Let's just call it what it is, Carter.
Yeah.
They're up 9, but at the end of the second quarter and now at the end of the third, they've mishandled stall ball situations.
Yeah, just waited too long to get going, never got inside the arc. Typically, when you're holding the ball that long, maybe around 15 seconds, you want to start getting into your action.
Razon Harris, Corey Copeland, Amir Brown, all of them averaging in the neighborhood of 12 minutes per contest, but they've gotten some really good run at important times here this afternoon, Carter. And as we bring you inside the broadcast booth, first off, this place is jumping. It doesn't seem like the weather kept many people away today.
No way. I'm not missing this one. Blizzard or not, there's no better place to be inside the Palestra.
And so now as we think about this fourth quarter, Father Judge with a 9-point lead. We see some of the struggles, as we mentioned, with stall ball. We know the offense that got them here, spread them out, dribble penetration, and then a kick out at times for 3. Does anything change at this point for Father Judge offensively?
Keep that ball moving. You know, if you're Newman-Goretti, you want to be physical on the defensive end, try to generate some turnovers. But like you said, Father Judge can't let the ball get sticky. I know Derek Morton Rivera is such an electric scorer, especially in isolation, but get that ball moving, get smart shots, and stay hot on the glass as well. I mean, that's where they've had a lot of effectiveness.
And this isn't rocket science, but on the Newman-Goretti side, the great way to stall a comeback is to turn the ball over. And so a team that needs to value the basketball, right? Carl Aragel told us, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, about, hey, we got into half-court sets in the second half of the semifinal. Well, it's time to do that now, right? This is not the run and gun, take some, sloppy shots. They have to find a way to create high-level, high-efficiency type looks in the half court.
Yeah, let's see if they got this game. 2 points early on in that third quarter. Let's see if they have one more punch left in them to get this game close.
Yeah, foul called. If it's not against Yates, and it should be. Yeah, Ashley Wright was in the area as well, but Yates was riding him the whole way. You wonder there, Stephon Ashley Wright gave them quite the lift coming back for the semifinals. That was the surprise, right? But now it's the second game. He's still nowhere close to fully healthy. Now, did some of that sheen wear off? The sheen is not worn off for Derek Morton Rivera. Another big bucket for him.
Man, good luck guarding that. Great separation off the dribble, step back. Quickly up to 13 points for Derek Morton Rivera.
Newson had it blocked. Derek Morton Rivera and Adedeji were in the area, 12-point lead. Danger zone for Newman-Goretti, but a quick trigger. And the trip there from Nazir Tyler probably takes 2 easy ones off the board for Newman-Goretti.
Yeah, Newman-Goretti had a player streaking down the court. Father Judge looking to get that foul call in. crucial offensive possession here for Newman-Goretti. Got to find a way to generate some points in the half court, like you said, Bob.
Newson goes baseline. Njai, it's taken off his hands. It'll stay here, but Nazir Tyler making life difficult. And even the length of Father Judge's guards on double teams making it a real challenge for Newman-Goretti inside.
Yeah, Njai thought he had the open opportunity at the rim, but Nazir Tyler comes through with another block for this Father Judge team.
Yeah, I think there's a foul there. Wave that off. Hand check called against Father Judge. No real foul trouble, at least not in the quarter. And Derek Morton Rivera sitting there in the second quarter allowed him to be in a good spot. So no foul trouble for Chris Rowntree and Father Judge. E.J. Stanton. And just 5 Father Judge players rebounding and 1 for Newman-Goretti. That still picture there tells the tale, Carter.
Yeah, they're doing a great job on the defensive glass, not giving Newman-Goretti any second chance opportunities.
Good decision there by Moshinsky. If you're Father Judge, you have the luxury of only the guys you really want shooting it, taking it. Kept in bounds there. Good block by Marquise Newson. Yates. Ashley Wright. Newson. Up and under. Blocking foul is called. And I do think there's a little bit of a slide there before he got the 2 feet down in legal guarding position. But Father Judge, if we get another look at this here, you're going to see just packing the defense in, almost inviting Newman-Goretti to shoot the 3. And there's just not enough guys proficient enough at this moment to knock down enough to get them back in this game. That can change.
That can change, yeah. This Newman-Goretti team, we've seen it before. They can heat up very quickly. Got to continue to get some stops on the defensive end as well. Father Judge doing such a good job on the defensive end. Nothing has come easy for this Newman-Goretti team all game.
Ten-point game, 6 minutes to go, and Newman-Goretti will come out in this full-court pressure. London Collins just into the game. That's how you break that zone pressure. An odd lob there that hit the rim. Moshinsky, college range 3. 2 ticks on the rim, it wouldn't go.
I think that's what Newman-Goretti's hoping for. Some quick shots from this Father Judge team from guys not named Derek Morton Rivera, especially on the perimeter.
Yates feigns the screen. London Collins didn't catch it cleanly. Wild shot off the rim, knocked out of bounds by Newman-Goretti. And it just seems like every time on the glass, Father Judge has more guys in the area.
Yeah, I mean, you're just driving into the trees right now if you're Newman-Goretti. Newman-Goretti sticks with this press. Not the guy you want to leave open off of it.
Guess what, though? Another offensive rebound, this time Jeremiah Adedeji. We talked about it at the half, Carter, and it has rung true in the second half. Neither team particularly proficient from the field here today, but second chances have been plentiful for Father Judge.
Time is winding down. You're running out of possessions if you're Newman-Goretti. You got to take advantage of the misses while you can.
Moshinsky. Patience here from Father Judge.
Yeah, certainly in no rush in this situation. Doing a good job.
Tough shot there for Derek Morton Rivera. And again, an offensive rebound for Father Judge.
You mentioned it got the miss you wanted, but again, Father Judge getting the second chance opportunity and cleaning up at the rim.
Nasir Tyler into double figures. Njai, no, one and done. I tell you, if you're carving Father Judge's name into the hubcap in about 10 minutes, you can put offensive rebound right next to it. It's driving the day. Moshinsky, Westfield, well short that time. Njai gives it up. Yates, that's a nice job on the flyby there. Max Moshinsky was hunting that one down. 10-point lead, 4:06 to play. And again, Carter, for as poorly as things have gone in some ways for Newman-Goretti, here they are, 2 or 3 possessions away from being right back into the game.
Yeah, certainly. You know, it's not for a lack of getting stops at this point. They have the opportunity to have to close out these possessions. You know, Father Judge doing such a great job on the defensive, offensive boards, not giving Newman-Goretti the chance to shut it down.
Today's game brought to you by sponsor of the Philadelphia Catholic League Championships. You heard from his CEO at halftime, BLOCS. Thanks to BLOCS, where you can redirect your state income tax obligation to a local Catholic school of your choice and get a 90% tax credit for doing so. Visit them online at blocs.org/tax credit. So out of the timeout, Father Judge basketball. Full court pressure here for Newman-Goretti. Can they get enough steals, turnovers, or speed up Father Judge enough in the final half of this quarter?
Had the trap there. Deshaun Yates committed to it, did not.
And you see Corey Copeland, the freshman, into the game. Moshinsky, he's hit. Marquise Newsom doesn't like the call, but he was beaten. And just a last-ditch swat. You're not going to get away with that one.
Yeah, got the rush shot, but not, you know, you certainly want him to get a rush shot off, but not a wide-open layup at the rim like that. Max Moshinsky has, you know, around a 60% free throw shooter, so not the worst foul for Newman-Goretti with the clock stopped.
Morton Rivera takes a seat. In his place comes Corey Copeland. We talked about the underclassmen, the 3 of them. Copeland, Amir Brown, the 2 freshmen, Raison Harris, sophomore, but those have been big minutes. I think Copeland is the guy of that underclassmen group that you want on the floor right now, Carter, because he can turn into that point guard. And this is the critical time to get extra ball handlers on the floor.
Certainly much more of a natural point guard than Rocco Westfield is as Newman-Goretti turns up the pace.
Njai, and they continue to go at it. That's good effort to the whistle. The alternate possession will keep it here with Newman-Goretti.
Yeah, that was clean physical play. But Deshaun Yates just driving. I mean, I understand you need to get shots off quickly, but move the ball around. Try to make this Father Judge defense work a little bit instead of just driving into 3 guys.
E.J. Stanton missed it. There's the offensive rebound. Okay, so 2 straight offensive rebounds for Al Njai, and you see the difference. Njai now into double figures with 11 points. The game now under double figures margin. Wow, could have been an offensive foul there. Some contact on the front end, no doubt, but there was a hook.
With the hook, yeah.
After that initial contact by Corey Copeland. Copeland will take a seat. In comes Derek Morton Rivera. And it feels like this game is about 1, Derek Morton Rivera 3. I'm not saying away from being over, but away from feeling a lot different. And you feel like he's a guy that has it in there somewhere. Westfield.
Oh.
No call.
Great
Rebound by Newsom. Those guys, oh my goodness, the sophomore Stanton.
Major missed opportunity there for Newman-Goretti. Finally got the stop they needed. Missed the wide open layup at the rim.
Yeah, after a no call. I think this crew may have seen some of the video from Wednesday night, and there was a faction of folks, I can't say I agree with them, by the way, that thought that was a no call, Bonner versus Newman-Goretti. In my mind, that was to and through the defender, and so you need a call somewhere on that one.
Here is Derek Morton Rivera. You mentioned it, Bob.
The slide to the hole out of Degino, but there's Max Moshinsky. Guess what? An offensive rebound.
Yeah, just none of the Newman guards crashing the boards right now. Wide open on the weak side for that rebound.
Inside for Njai. Count it and 1. Chance to score with the clock stopped. Chance to claw back in.
Yeah, it seems like Newman-Goretti is starting to find that opposite block when they're driving a little bit more often now. See if Father Judge makes any adjustments, or they're content with Neumann-Goretti just getting contested twos for the rest of this game.
Njai 55% from the line this year.
This is a crucial defensive possession for Neumann-Goretti. I feel like you're still in this game.
And it should be Newman-Goretti basketball. Darryl Sterling is all over it on that sideline.
Father Judge looking for a possibly a push on the sideline. We'll take a look here.
Now there's nothing there.
No, he just fell. Now see if they can capitalize off this
Colson,
turnover.
my goodness,
Man.
not a good look. Njai thought he was hit, but he finished. It's a 6-point game. Al Njai heard us over here talking about Neumann-Goretti's struggles on the glass. He's got 3 or 4 offensive rebounds in the last few possessions. Neumann-Goretti has it back.
Still have the numbers.
Good job by Yates. Get into the half court and get the offense moving. 1-3 makes this a 1-possession game. You don't need a 3. This place is loud now. E.J. Stanton. Yes! Big hit. That one was from 30th Street Station. E.J. Stanton.
No better time for Neumann-Goretti's first 3 of the half, I believe, from E.J. Stanton. First points of the game for the sophomore guard. We saw him hit 3s in that semifinal game from that very similar spot on the other side of the court. Today, all of a sudden, we have a 1-point game. That Neumann-Goretti pressure full court defense speeding Father Judge up a little bit has gotten them back into it. How about Al Njai before this doing the yeoman's work around the basket?
Without a doubt. E.J. Stanton, we've told you the story already. He grew 5 inches in a year and a half since he stepped on campus. Just a sophomore. Towson has offered him. There's more to come for sure. A lot to like for a guy that, with an injury to Stephon Ashley Wright that wasn't expected, was thrust into more minutes this year and hits the biggest shot of the game thus far. .141 to go. A 1-possession game, 4 timeouts left for Father Judge. Kind of amazing.
Yeah.
1 for Neumann-Goretti, 4 fouls apiece. Next foul on either side would send either team to the bonus.
Corey Copeland, the freshman, with the ball in his hands in the biggest moment. Such a crucial possession for both teams. Let's see how Father Judge manages this one. Here comes
Run
the
and
pressure.
jump.
Yep.
Westfield pulls it back. I still think you run offense here if you're Father Judge. I don't think you're just playing keep away for a minute 17. Copeland puts it up,
man.
no good.
He took the cheese. Got to
Pulled
come up with this
away.
rebound.
Stanton, run your offense. Plenty of time. You don't need a 3. Value the basketball. This is the money possession right here for Neumann-Goretti. Yates.
Where they've struggled all game in the half-court offense.
Well, they got everybody, all 5 beyond the 3-point line. Colson, step back. It was blocked. Just not a good look at all for Cody Colson.
Yeah, forced the issue there. Plenty of time to continue to work that ball. Did not need the 3, like you said, Bob.
Still plenty of time, but we talk about valuing the basketball in a comeback. Now you're sending a 75+% foul shooter in Rocco Westfield to the line to shoot 2. Rocco becoming a Northeast Philadelphia legend. Saw his cousin, Abby McFillin, win a Catholic League championship on the girls' side just an hour or two ago. Four-point lead, and that should be Newman-Goretti basketball. Well adjudicated by those two officials. I think that's the right call. There's the ladder waiting. The most important man in show business there is the guy holding up that ladder. Tony Antonucci. Thanks to the Penn staff for everything that they're doing. He'll wheel out that ladder for us. Chance to tell you about one of the sponsors here for the Philadelphia Catholic League, and boy, are they getting their money's worth. Thanks to Petrosky Physio, providing physical therapy for athletes all throughout the Philadelphia area and beyond. Proud sponsor of the Philadelphia Catholic League Finals here at the Palestra. Okay, Carter, so Newman-Goretti basketball, they may have dodged a bullet there. Just got one from Rocco Westfield at the line. It's a 4-point game, bonus time the rest of the way. I still think if Father Judge is going to run you off the three-point line, take the two at the rim.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Take the quick two if it presents itself, but Father Judge has packed in the paint all game. You know, they've left that kick-out three open. Newman-Goretti has not been able to take advantage of that. But, you know, if that opportunity has been there all game, that drive and kick to the corner. We'll see how Newman-Goretti decides to attack this. Very curious to see what defense Father Judge comes out in.
You'd have to say two of the favorites for the state championship at their respective classifications, Newman-Goretti 5A, Father Judge 6A. None of that matters right now. Yates thought he was hit.
Yeah, he was.
And he was.
He'll go to the line, Bob.
Can barely hear the whistle here. Yeah. Of note, by the way, of these tertiary details, if Father Judge loses this game here today, believe it or not, the number one seed for 6A in the Philadelphia Catholic League would be the Archbishop Wood Vikings, based upon the point system. It's still a regular season calculus, 10 points for a regular season win, 15 points for a quarterfinal win, 20 for a semifinals win. And so Judge was 30 points or 3 wins behind Archbishop Wood. So all of Warminster is watching here this afternoon as well. A district championship is at play. There's a lot here, but as we say all the time, Carter, it is harder to win a Catholic League championship than a state championship, and this is the most important. They'll send Tyler to the line, 76% from the stripe, but he hasn't shot a high volume this year. Only 41 free throws from the stripe.
Massive free throws here. Miss one, it's a one possession game. Gives Newman-Goretti the opportunity to tie this on the other end.
Smooth that time.
Newman-Goretti still one timeout remaining.
Tyler showed up on campus as the culture was turning. He was a big part of it. First time that Father Judge has been to 3 straight Philadelphia Catholic League semifinals since 97 and 99. He's been on the floor for all of them, and he makes both. Still time for a quick 2. Yates. Stanton. Step back 3. It's not going to draw any iron.
Enjoy.
Oh, they waved it off. Oh, my goodness,
man.
on the baseline.
Oh,
and you
man.
send about 50% foul shooter to the line where he had 2 already on the board in the minds of some. Big call on the baseline.
I think Father Judge are okay with that foul.
Oh.
You know, Enjai, 50% free throw shooter on the year.
No question. Slithers that one through the nylon. And this free throw changes everything here. How you defend, when you foul.
Yeah, I do think Newman-Goretti is still in that fouling right away situation.
Missed it. And it's a foul called. Big call there. Foul came in before the held ball situation. Newman-Goretti doesn't like the call. And you send Derek Morton Rivera, ice water in his veins, 92% foul shooter, to the chorus of MVP from the student section to the line for 2.
Yeah, if there's one guy you want at the free throw line for Father Judge, it's your senior Derek Morton Rivera.
No question.
Yeah.
With a make, you're pretty much looking at taking a three-point shot. With a miss, a 3 certainly helps, but you can still take an easy and quick one at the rim if it presents itself. Miss the second. Take a quick 2 if you get
gotta
it.
get going quick.
Oh, that's a great look, though. Yates, yes!
Wow!
Timeout! The last timeout for Newman-Goretti. So you thought the Saints of Newman-Goretti, you think Carl Aragao with 12 titles is going down easy? I don't think so.
No, sir. Deshaun, just can't leave the ball there in that situation. Father Judge left the ball. Deshaun Yates not a volume three-point shooter, but when he's open, he will hit them.
That is not the time for drop coverage.
Man.
You saw Al Njai there set the screen. Westfield went underneath, and Moshinsky did not switch. You have to switch there, Carter. There's no question. And that's a rare missed assignment from 2 veterans on this Father Judge team.
Yeah, certainly. Now the door is wide open for Newman-Goretti here. You get a chance to set up your full court pressure and give yourself, at the very least, obviously granted you foul and get the ball back, an opportunity, at the very least, a chance to send us into overtime. Now no timeouts left for Newman-Goretti. So off the make, they have to go for the 3 regardless.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, Carter. It's a good point. Again, if we're looking at this in the college game, you can still go for a quick 2 even if Judge were to get fouled and make 2 foul shots. But because that clock moves after made baskets, what you said is exactly correct. So that's going to change the calculus. We're going to be talking about that over the next 2 to 3 minutes here as this continues to develop. But we have late game situational basketball coming your way in front of 8,700, a sold out crowd at the Palestra.
Father Judge lining up 5. Setting up the, I've seen a lot of high school teams do this recently, a little bit of a route tree, football designed throw-in. Not fouling right away. I don't necessarily need to, I guess, but now you have to.
Now you do, and you cannot call that anything but a common foul.
Right.
Not malicious. You're not deciding that game in that moment. This is too good a crew. They handled that exactly correctly. Kudos to these guys. Rocco Westfield, 77% on the year. Make or miss on this next one, it will be a 1-possession game, and then you start to ask the question, will Father Judge foul up 3 with 14 seconds to go? Westfield got it. They roll the ball, but they really don't roll it very far. 12 seconds left.
Time to go.
The Judge can foul if they want. Yates puts up a wild shot, no good. Alenjai puts it up, no good. And Father Judge, from 27 years in between titles to 2 straight, the blue and red are champions of the Philadelphia Catholic League. championship medal. The Father Judge Crusaders, they had to go through one of the favorites to win it all in Roman Catholic in the quarterfinals. And then against the league's best in the regular season, Archbishop Wood in the semifinals. And then they denied Carl Aragale his 13th title as the head coach of Newman-Goretti. The path does not get more difficult than the one they just traversed.
Yeah, fantastic job by this Father Judge team. Resilient throughout the playoffs. Took Newman-Goretti's best punch right at the end. Newman-Goretti, Deshaun Yates gave that a great effort.
How about that? Got one for Boot. Congratulations to Derek Morton Rivera. He will be today's player of the game, and it seems like every time we're broadcasting postseason basketball for Father Judge, it is Derek Morton Rivera that steps up and hits some of the big shots. He did that again today. Yeah,
certainly led the charge early on for this Father Judge team. Great job throughout for this whole entire team at the free throw line. Rocco Westfield, 2 big free throws down the stretch. I mean, you have your senior stepping up to the line there. I think there was little doubt that he was going to make both of those. Very confident when he's stepping to the line.
More hardware. Heading back to the Northeast. It's a party at Maggie's here tonight. Father Judge, the 2026 Philadelphia Catholic League Boys Champion. And you see a lot of familiar faces there. You see Jim Reeves. You see Brian Bond. You see Chris Rowntree. All 3 of those guys were on that 97 through 99 teams. Bill Cook, Ryan Kilkenny. They were coaches on that 97 to 99 run. And now, all these years later, Father Judge back in the Palestra 3 straight years. They've won it twice. And somewhere high up above on this Sunday in Lent, Bill Fox is smiling wide. What a scene. What emotion. Basketball matters in Philadelphia, Carter.
Yes, it does. I mean, nothing better than this, Bob. This is fantastic. Fantastic game today. Major credits to Neumann-Goretti for putting up a great fight. Father Judge, I mean, resilient throughout, taking this one home.
You do not get this atmosphere for a high school basketball game anywhere in the country, except for here, except for Philadelphia, except for the Cathedral and the Philadelphia Catholic League Basketball Championship. Stay with us, folks, as we will have the entire celebration here from the Palestra. They will take a picture as a team. They've taken a lot of those pictures already. They will start cutting the nets here shortly. I'm going to go get an interview with some of the players and coaches. Carter, before I go, terrific job all season. Great to have you part of the team. Hopefully the first of many partnering together here at the Palestra and for everything that we do over the course of the season.
Yeah, what an honor to be here. Thank you so much, Bob, for a great season. It's been a ton of fun. Nothing better than this.
Nothing better than this. Nobody better than you. And thanks to the folks for the Penn Sports Network, everybody that's involved, Sean Kelly, Randall Miller, all the camera operators, the producers. What a day. What a day for high school basketball. What a day for the Palestra. Shows you why this place is so magical. And so for now, until you talk to me in a few minutes, Bob Long saying so long, Carter saying so long. Thanks again for everything you do for high school basketball, and thanks for showcasing young men and women that are doing everything they can to advance their careers, to enjoy what is a high school experience, and to play in front of 8,700 people. What a treat.
What a treat. Thanks, everyone. Stay warm from me to you. Stay safe. Everyone get home safe, please.
All right, so stay with us. I'll be with you momentarily with some post-game interviews. What a wild scene here from the Palestra as these guys from Father Judge have just won the Philadelphia Catholic League Basketball Championship. Rocco, why don't you head in there and get in that picture real quick? Rocco's going to jump in for the picture. He deserves it. Right in front of the student section. And let's talk to him here in front of all his guys. Rocco, what a journey for you, a chance to win yet another title. How does it feel?
It's definitely a surreal experience. I mean, going back-to-back at Judge has never been done. So, I mean, we just made history, so it feels great.
You took on a different role this year, on ball. You embraced it. You became the point guard while still shooting it at 40% from beyond the arc. How did you do all that?
Yeah, it was definitely a tough transition at the beginning of the year. I mean, Kev mainly ran the show last year, and I played off the ball, so it was definitely difficult in the beginning, but I got the hang of it. I mean, Max, Corey always backs me up at the point guard position when I can play off the ball, so it was definitely great for them.
A lot of your coaches on that team, 97 to 99, they were on that team back then. Now they're coaching you guys now. Tell me about the continuity, the alignment, and what it means to be a Father Judge Crusader.
It definitely means a lot to be a Father Judge Crusader. I mean, our coaches do a lot for us. I mean, the alumni comes out, like, they're always supporting us. I mean, so it's hard not to put on a show for them. So it's all credit to them.
The Palestra, you always seem to have a big game here. What does this building mean to you as you now graduate and take the next journey of your basketball career?
It definitely means a lot. I mean, I'm going to miss playing here. It's definitely, like I said, a surreal experience playing in front of 10,000 people, playing in front of this student section. So I'm definitely going to miss that.
Rocco, thanks so much for your time. Surrounded by your teammates, what a victory, what a legacy for you and your guys. Congrats.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Rocco Westfield with us. More to come here on the Penn Sports Network. Chris Rowntree, here we are again, 365 days to the day when you guys won it all last year for the first time in 27 years. Now you've done it 2 straight years. Tell me how it happened.
I mean, again, big players make big plays in big games, and, you know, 2 of our biggest guys, Rocco made some free throws down the stretch, and, you know, Mir in the second half, both of them in foul trouble in the first half. You know, we just said the second half, we just got to figure out how to get the ball in Mir's hands and let him go, and, you know, he just made big plays for us, and I'm just so happy for our guys.
The underclassmen, we hit that hard on the broadcast. You got 2 freshmen and a sophomore out there playing huge minutes with those guys in foul trouble. Not only did they maintain, they extended the lead in the second quarter. They came here for a reason, no doubt, but they were ready for the moment.
Yeah, and I think that's what our preseason schedule handles us for, right? They had opportunities, and Mir was hurt early on, and they got opportunities to play against high-level teams. And they were never scared all year. I think, Corey, Amir Brown, and, I kept telling Ray Harris, hey, be ready. I know your run hasn't been there the last 2 games. Prepare like you're being ready. And, he came in and played some big minutes for us today.
You've had a propensity to come back from games where you've been down. Today, it's Carl Arragale, Newman-Goretti, that veteran-laden group that started coming back late against you guys. As they make their run, what are you guys imprinting upon your guys in the huddle?
Yeah, I think it was don't settle. I think we took some settle shots during their runs, and in the flow of the game, they're really good shots. But when you're up 10 with 3 to 4 minutes to go, no shot clock, we don't want to hold the ball. We want to play for layups and free throws. Probably took a couple quick ones, but it's our senior leadership. I mean, we got 4 guys that have been on this floor last year and won a championship, and those 4 guys really stepped up for us down the stretch.
When you think about your coaching staff, Brian Bond, Jimmy Reeves, Ryan Kilkenny, yourself, Bill Cook, who was there in 97 to 99 as well, all of you guys were there in some way, shape, or form. I know it's personal for you putting Father Judge back on the map, and now that you've done it for a second straight time, how does that feel, and how do you put that into words?
Yeah, I mean, it's special. I mean, to win 2 in 5 years, and all of us were a part of the program basically, and to put our program back on the map. Coach Fox is probably smiling down on all of us right now. So I'm just super happy and proud for our staff, our players, and the whole school community. When you look at this, it's fantastic.
Ryan Kilkenny told me a story about Bill Fox, by the way, that the one year you were trying to get back into the locker room before the game, and he was sleeping in the locker room, in a locked locker room. You guys couldn't even get in. And Ryan said, I want to get to that level one day where I'm that relaxed and confident that in a championship game I can be sleeping in the locker room pregame. Are you there yet?
I was pretty calm today. A lot of people ask me, like, are you nervous? And you're not nervous when you have the guys behind you, your staff and your players that work so darn hard for it, and they know how to make plays. So, am I nervous? Yeah, you get a little bit of nerves. You're a competitor if you don't get nerves, but I'm not at the point where I can sleep, but I can sit down and relax before a game for sure.
Well, when your head hits the pillow tonight on a Sunday in Lent, you will be, I'm sure, very relaxed, very thrilled, and proud of this group, of yourself, I hope, for everything you've done for Father Judge. So congratulations. Thanks for spending so much time with us over the years.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate everything you do.
Chris Rowntree, head coach, Father Judge, victorious here today in the Catholic League Championship game. We'll turn it back to the net cutting ceremony, and we'll be back in a few. the wait to talk to this guy. He's got nylon around his neck. He's got a hubcap in his hand, and he's done it now 2 years in a row. Derek Morton Rivera. How about that? Derek Morton Rivera, MVP chance abound. How does that feel?
Feeling real good. Knowing how much we've been doubted this year. Like, we beat the odds for real. Everybody thought Newman was going to win, so we came here winning. It's a good feeling.
You went through a Roman Catholic who had won 2 titles, was in the final last year in the last 3 years. Then you beat Archbishop Wood, only 1 loss in the regular season. And now you have to face a team with a head coach that's won 12 Catholic League titles. I don't know if there's ever been a tougher road to a Catholic League title in postseason play than what you guys went through. Did it feel like that in real time?
Not really. We know when we play together and we play to our fullest capability, we're the best team in the state. So just us staying patient, playing with each other, and just trusting each other. Like, that's really all it takes.
You can knock it down from beyond the arc. Never been a doubt about your catch and shoot ability. What I've seen continue to improve, get to a really high level, is your ability to get off the bounce, get to the rim, or create your own shot off the bounce. That plays well in the Philadelphia Catholic League for sure, and I'm sure you feel like that part of your game is translated.
Yeah, just being able to get hill, knowing everybody know I shoot, so I try to get downhill. Everybody come out with me fast, so I try to get downhill and show that off a little bit when I can't get my shot going.
We talked after the quarterfinal, and you told me, when talking about your dad's legacy, a terrific legacy in Philadelphia at Newman-Goretti, you said, you know, Bob, I really didn't want to go to Newman-Goretti. And now on a championship Sunday, you beat Newman-Goretti to win the title. How's the conversation going to be with Dad?
Good. It's crazy how that ended up with each other. He won a championship back-to-back 20 years ago, so me doing it against his team, like, it's crazy.
So we talked about it. Nylon around the neck feels good. Hardware in your hand feels good. Legacy sealed. Must feel good.
Yeah, definitely feel good. It's a real feeling. Not a lot of people can say they went back-to-back with their dad, too, so that's a good feeling.
A very elite club, very elite player right here. Our player of the game, Derek Morton Rivera. Thanks for being with us, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Derek Morton Rivera, he's got the hardware. Enjoy it with your teammates. And we're going to say goodbye here from the Palestra. Thanks to the Penn Sports Network and our entire team for putting this on. For everybody on our staff, Bob Long saying so long. Father Judge, 2 years in a row, champions of the Philadelphia Catholic League.